So my mom wanted me to come back to America by any means necessary because she saw where I was headed, and she ended up sending me back. And I had an older brother here, my eldest brother Roderick. He was here, and my eldest brother is he's the brains of the operation, always been. All right, he's
how many siblings you got? Just to throw it out there.
11. 11. Yeah.
Yo.
You saw the video. Hold on. You saw the video with the Jamaican bull. She was like, "Oh, how many children do you have?" He was like 22. He was like 23 and about that mother. He said, a real bad man.
That was Bounty Killer. No, not Bounty. That's Ninja Man.
So
he said, real bad man.
Are you guys from the same like?
Majority of us, we all from the same dad, obviously.
Your Papa's savage.
Go ahead. He was cold with it, but
that motherfucker had no television.
Sure.
You know how it is back then in the 90s too. It's a whole different ball game.
Jamaicans like they ladies men though, ain't they? I mean they
Jamaica is it's a different. The culture is different. It's a one thing with the culture is completely different. Like, all right. It's just I'm gonna just leave it at that. It's very different.
They lover boys.
Not even lover boys. I mean,
they want that.
They with it. The women be with it too. Like it's just it's
I
like
see them dance halls, Jones. Y'all be jumping off the stage like Matt Hardy and shit.
Yeah, what that shit called?
Dance hall.
Dance hall. But you know what's crazy? Like that's not really the norm. People that's a big misconception.
That's like a part. That's like a type of Jamaican people, right? Like
not even a type. That's just like there's a few people that are just known for that. You know what I mean? It's not like every party you go to is gonna be crazy. But they just go viral all the time.
I saw a fat ass girl on top of a fridge, and she jumped on a dude.
And he was on the floor like this.
And he's just taking that shit.
This
I'm
ain't
like,
the Jamaican I came up on. Shit. We came up off that whoa. Oh yeah, that Wayne Wonder. We like that. Got somebody. That shit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This new stuff. I don't know about this or whatever. Right. But yeah. I'm sorry. Not to get. You remember where you was at?
Yeah. So I came back up here. She sent me here, and my brother Roderick, like I said, he was the brains of the operation. And he always did things. He always did things the right way. He did things the right way, you know what I'm saying? But he's a hustler, and he always we all have this hustler's mentality and this hustler's cloth about us, but like him, he kept everything together. You know what I'm saying? Like, because no one was there. My mom, he was there with my other two sisters. He basically had to take care of them because they were still in America. You know what I mean? Houses got taken, everything. The one house that didn't get taken was a house that was under they had like different names and shit. You know what I mean? You know how it goes, like fake identities and shit.
I had a cable bill in my name when I was 3. But go ahead.
So that so that house right there was it never got taken.
Yeah.
But no one could afford it. So it was just when it was a 2-family house, when tenants not seeing there's no adults there, my brother was he had to have been maybe 17, 18. I mean, if that, probably younger. My other sister is she's probably 4, you know what I mean? And my other sister is maybe I want to say 10, you know what I mean? And no one's there. You gonna pay rent? You're like, yo, I ain't paying shit. I don't see what's going on. They know nobody's there. They know it's not, you know what I'm saying? So eventually they just squatted, and then nobody. There's so much going on. My dad's locked up, you know what I mean? All his people's locked up, you know what I mean? So they send people there to do shit. My mom's in Jamaica. It's just so much shit that happened there at that spot.
Your pop is locked up here or over there?
He locked up here. You know?
To this day?
Yeah.
You know where yet?
Yeah, I see him all the time.
Oh, you take them rides?
Yeah, I take
them
rides up there. It's a long ride. It's a long ride.
Only thing is we used to stop at Roy Ryder. That's the only thing I used to like going to like see my pop. He was locked up a couple places, whatever. But other than that, yeah, I don't miss it. Good luck. God bless you, man.
Yes.
Your dad ever
come home?
Got a chance to come home?
As of right now, he got a good, strong case, man. I mean, 30-something years. You know what I mean? 30-something years is a long time.
That's a roofing. That's what that is.
So they gave him 3 life sentences.
God
damn. But a lot of the laws changed. Like, you know what I mean? So, when you were down in Jamaica, and you know how it is with RICO, is like they just group shit up. They give everybody else shit. So he may have a date because a lot of the stuff, they moved a lot of weed. They moved a lot of the weed. All that shit is is not illegal anymore. Yeah. So that all that stuff and they ran everything retroactive. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah. So all that shit dropped. It's time spent. There was some other things, but time served.
Yeah.
Time served. You know what I mean? So
hopefully you go home, man.
I think he will. I think right now we got a motion. And if
You think he could beat you?
right now, in a fight?
Yeah.
Fuck no. Fuck no. They can't beat me.
He talking like everything good, but it was some animosity in there. Matter of fact, not only can he not beat me when he come home, he gonna have to see me for all this. That shit was personal.
Nah. I mean,
if this glass wasn't here, I'll show you how I really feel. You feel me? I'm only coming up here to show you love, right?
nah, it's a mindset. With them, it's a mindset. Like, he willing to take it further than
How old is
that?
that?
So that's what it is. He probably late 50s now. Because he was young when he was running the streets, man.
Yeah.
He been locked up.
He been locked up for a minute. I mean,
Over a dime?
For what?
Over a dime? It's been over a dime?
Oh, yeah. He been locked up for a while.
Oh, God.
He been locked. Remember, I was 2 when I got sent to Jamaica. I'm 33.
Damn.
I thought you said
30.
Yeah.
Like
When that all
said
when,
three
when
life
that,
sentences,
when that
I'm thinking
all
30
happened,
years.
when that all happened, I was a baby. I was a baby.
Damn.
He been in jail my whole life, but I've known him my whole life. That's all I know. Is him in jail. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. Like,
It's crazy because when he come out, it's a whole different world.
it is, and I try to prep him for that and explain that to him. Like, so even with my grandkids, like even with his grandkids, like my kids, he gonna have to like.
Yo, my old head came out like that. He couldn't.
Some people can't adjust.
He couldn't
Yeah.
adjust. He's still like weird.
But you know what it is? If they don't have nobody when they're on the inside, then that's enough. He has people on the outside, so we always he has
Keep 'em
somebody to call. We
updated,
updating
yeah.
like yo, and you know how it is when they in there, man. Like when you're OG and you've been in there for a while, and you know people know, you know. He got a lot of co-defendants that went in with him earlier. Like he's good. He's good.
Yeah,
He's happy.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like he gets to see my fights here and there. A guard will hook him up once in a while. He see a little clip or something. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it goes.
He lying if he said he taught you anything.
Oh no, he ain't.
Like, you know,
Oh, nah.
You see this kid come from me.
I'll be right. Like, you lying.
But you know what's crazy though? Like honestly, he has taught me some things. Not
No, not
combat-wise,
I got you.
but
got you.
like mentally, he's taught me some things just because like what I've seen and what I've seen like what he's created. You know what I mean? Like I hear stories. If I go, there's places in Jamaica. If I go to back to right now, there's a big ass mural of him. He's adored.
Pops like that?
He's adored.
Yeah.
You know, he's adored. And I mean, he used to take care of the community down there. You know what I mean? He was a don. You know what I'm saying? He took care of the community.
Well,
He took-
that's the difference between back then and now.
yeah.
Like I feel like now
Now it's cool to be. If we want to, it's the clout. It's cool to be like
Yeah,
that's why
now
it'd be funny to me. Like
it's weird, bro.
When I see these, I've experienced. I've been around like actually. My dad's case is online. You can see it. Like
I'm gonna
it's
look it
all-
up. You
it's
ain't
all
got to
there.
threaten me with a good time.
And like there's transcripts of when they wiretaps and all that. Like them talking and like doing shit. Like so it's like. And as a kid, as a baby, like I remember even people who didn't get caught up in RICO, but was that was like all involved in all that. And I just came up around like, and this ain't like a brag or nothing, but I came up around I've been around real killers.
Yeah.
Niggas
Yeah.
that really do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not like on no clout shit, like no problem. Bodies on bodies on bodies and bodies. And like there's no, I see the way they move. I see the way they act. I see the way they never portrayed that they're the simplest people, nicest guys.
Yeah,
Like,
tough guys
they
don't
never
prove-
portrayed none of that, you know. So
I
I
say
never
that
felt
shit
the need
all
to do
the
any
time,
of that,
bro.
you know.
All the time.
I always greet everybody with a smile. I'm always nice to everyone, respectful, because I saw that's how they all carried themselves. That's how
Yeah.
my dad is. That's how everybody was. But the moment you cross that line, just know there's no going back, because you may do something because emotionally, but for a moment. But they're willing to go here.
All the way, right?
They're
Yeah.
willing to go there, but you just did this. You willing to show, but they ain't nah.
That's my favorite bar
They
from
gonna go.
Gumbo.
Yeah,
I take it there like
Yo,
we
they
did.
let you. They let you too. They let you do it.
Yes, sir.
Let you.
Yes,
you know?
sir.
Go ahead, let him. He's not gonna be around for long. Good.
Remember Jones said to the boy, like, do not hold him back. Like, whatever you want to do,
He said, do not.
He
But
said, "Excuse
that,
me."
I love that. I love
do
that.
not hold him back.
I
Yeah,
love
like,
that.
if that's
like,
where you want to go, let him go. I'm
Let him
good
go.
with it. Yeah,
Let
I'm
him
good
go.
with it.
You know?
That's how it be. But yeah, take me into a little bit of that. How do you get to this? How do you get into this MMA thing? How do you make it to this?
So I went to Jamaica High School.
Yeah.
The worst. I don't know why my sister did that to me, but anyway, like the worst fucking high school in America at the time.
Yeah.
Is Jamaica High School. Unfortunately, graduation rate 30%.
Damn.
I walk there. It's police.
Joe Clark.
Police walk in the hallways with bulletproof vests. I go from one fucking trauma dump to another trauma dump. You know, I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? Right? Now, listen, I got an accent. Naturally, I'm mad skinny. Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
y'all think
yeah.
I'm skinny now. Like, I'm mad skinny, right? I got this big ass head, right? I'm black as shit, right? Because I was all in the sun all the time. And like, it's just, I got an accent. So you know what it is? Like, you know, I dress different. And like, naturally, people are gonna want to try to. They think you an easy target. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I'm not an easy target.
Yeah.
I'm actually the worst person you want to mess because I'm gonna go here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like because it was so different. Like the level of violence. I see people want to be sad and you want to be. I'm like, why you want to be? Why you want to be? Why are you trying to be like this? There's no, like, you're good. This is, for me, that was like, yo, we good. Like, yo,
Yeah.
you got food. You know,
Yeah.
we're happy. You got a roof over your head. We got shoes. We got nice clothes. We're good. But then, like, the kids, you know, that school, it just didn't have no good leadership, no good funding. We had no fucking programs, nothing like that. We got basketball, football, but no real programs and shit like that. So it was a lot of gang violence and shit like that. Literally, I never thought that was a good school. I thought it was prep for prison. I felt like that was a pipeline. You know what I mean?
I went to a school like that.
It was terrible.
It's called
And
CEP.
He basically went to jail school.
Fuck
That's
it.
pretty much what it is. Pretty much what it is.
Terrible.
Yeah, as you walk in, the first day you got to go to these big ass metal detectors. You got to take off all your shit. Go to the metal
Yo, that
detectors.
school, you go through the metal detectors, then you get hand search, then you got to go to the wall,
Yeah.
5 people, then you
But tell
make a
him, but tell him how
line
y'all gotta walk
in a line.
with your hands behind your back, right here, with your hands in your pocket and stuff.
Oh
Hands
yeah,
in your pocket.
oh yeah.
Bro,
your
listen.
shit was crazy.
Yo, listen, yo, listen. It was a long hallway.
You probably was bad as hell though.
Bro, long hallway.
You look like you was bad.
a lot of little entrances, right? So each little entrance had 4 doors.
Yeah.
It's a circle. The lunchroom's this big, and then there's a door. That's all the classrooms, and you change classrooms through the restroom. You don't get out that circle. You don't get out that. I was on K block.
Oh no, you was in jail.
Yeah,
Man.
his school.
You was
Listen,
in
y'all,
jail.
his school,
Crazy, bro.
notorious. Like, if you came out your regular high school, your normal school with normal kids that try.
What'd you do to go there?
If you see his,
He did something in school. He did something in his regular school to go there.
I got kicked out of the school district.
All right,
his
there
school
you
go
go.
to other schools to punch on people. like his school. Like if they came to your school after school, it was
I
to
wasn't
sock
like that though,
somebody.
man. I was just a fucking hothead.
Nah.
I ain't play games. That's
But
all it was.
sometimes that's the problem, though.
But it's
problem
because-
resolution. We don't have like the skills to
Bro,
resolve problems sometimes.
When
When you're young,
I feel like my
those resolution skills aren't there.
neighborhood forced kids to grow up too fast. I had my first kid. I was 17. You feel me? So like I grew up too fast. So I'm in high school. Young boys acting like young boys. I'm here like, but I smack the shit out you. Like I don't play no fucking games. You know what I'm saying? You get out of school, you go make bread, you come back the next day. Yeah, so I wasn't playing no fucking games. And then I ended up in that school and then I'm like, God damn.
Terrible.
Terrible.
That's how it is, man.
Yo, the gym had carpet
Oh no.
and the walls had wall mats. What? You had to play basketball with a dodgeball. Yo, real shit. Fucking traumatized.
Yeah, but you did something to go to that
He
program.
definitely did.
But bro, like those schools. So I train a educational lawyer now, right?
Yeah.
Like I do privates, and I did privates too. So back in the day, a couple years ago with him, and when I met him, he was like, "Yo, I fight against those schools. They are illegal. Those schools are not legal. They're fucking kids up. Yo, no
Damn.
windows. The class had no windows.
You know what's funny? When I got kicked out of Jamaica, right? There was a time where I got kicked out. They sent me to a school like that. I had to go there for 2 months, but it was in the basement of another school. It was in the basement of Roy Wilkins by Roy Wilkins Park in Queens, right there by off Baisley. So you had to enter through the back and go into the basement, and it was just a few kids down there.
Yo, there's
From different
the teachers
schools.
don't teach. There's no like chalkboard. It was a little podium, and they just stand. The whole classroom's facing the wall, so you be
Oh, damn.
facing the wall. If you go like this, they tell you, yo, look forward. So you grab a book. It's like a countertop, and then like a kitchen cabinet type. You grab your book and your piece of paper.
Yeah, I was
And-
in solitary
He
confinement.
was. When he
Bro.
graduated, they just picked what prison they go to,
Yo.
like college. Yo, I'm going.
Yeah.
My first pick. I'm going to the CFCF on State
Yo,
Road.
but this is how fucked up it was. Like, you grab a piece of paper and it tells you what to do, what page. You do it, that's it. So like, say you finish that paper, they give you the next day. So you could like advance your year, however you want.
So you was like one of them bad kids, but like the special ed bad kids.
No,
They gave you medication.
Yo, the bad kids that had to be on medication. I remember them.
Yo, listen. I used to go home and tell my mom, like, yo, this is not a fucking regular school. Like, this is not normal. She said, motherfucker, you deserve it. I said, fuck. Shit.
Yo,
Like, it was fucked up. It was fucked up.
I got you. You end up in Queens High School, blah blah. And again, so from there, where do you go? When do you walk into this gym, or where do you get into this martial arts scene?
So I'm in Jamaica High School at that point. You know what I mean? Got the cops walking around with vests, mean mugging you. Like, I'm like, all right, right?
Yeah.
After school, they fucking fighting out on the Ave, fighting against other schools, different gangs, all type of bullshit. And naturally, you get into shit. So I'm getting into shit all the time.
Fights
right?
and shit, yeah.
And I was already boxing when I was in Jamaica.
Okay.
So I wanted to continue to box. You know what I mean? So I decided to go to find a boxing gym. I walk into Gleason's, right? Famous Gleason's in Brooklyn, right there under the bridge. And, you know, I trained for a little bit. I meet Mike Rowe. I'm training with Mike for a little bit. And, you know, we ended up, I just wanted to box. I said I had no interest in MMA whatsoever. There was a time I remember even in class talking to my boy Stoney. Stoney used to do Muay Thai, and I used to be like, nigga, you crazy. Elbows, kicks, I can't even imagine. I'm pursuing boxing still at that time, right? Stoney be laughing about that all the time. He's like, look at you today. That's funny as hell. But like, I just wanted to box, and I was continuing boxing. I ended up, I did novice shit, nothing crazy. Golden Glove champion, 2000, semifinalist of the first year, 2007, 2008. I ended up winning it. No, was it 8 or 18? Am I tripping? 8. Yeah, 2008. 2017, 2018. 18, I ended up winning it. You know, now they move you up to open. Mm-hmm. So now you got to go with the big boys, right? So, you know, I did a few matches there. Ended up stopping, going to school, and I'm going to school, and I got kicked out of. I dropped out of
the bad school,
Jamaica. Yeah, I dropped out of that shit.
You got kicked out. You I can't tell if you lying.
Yeah.
You got kicked out.
You fucking
dropped
calling
out.
me a loser?
Yo, listen, shit happens, bro. Like,
You got kicked out. You got dropped out.
A little bit of both. So let me tell
This
you how.
motherfucker got kicked out.
Let me tell you how I got kicked. Only reason I say I got kicked out is because I went to that school that I was telling you about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let me tell y'all the story.
Go ahead.
Let me just tell y'all the story. Fuck it, right?
Go ahead.
So I was working this summer, right? I was working at a Walmart. I did 4 to 1.
Yeah.
Right? And like it was a holiday. I think it was Christmas or some shit. 4 to 1. 4 to 1 is from 4 o'clock to 1 in the morning, right? That shift, that's a whole nother thing in itself, right? Just a bunch of degenerates working at that shift, just niggas out of jail, all type of shit. That shit was whack, right? And I was the youngest one in there, right? So I hated it. So I'm in there now, and using my same book bag to carry all my stuff. I got a box cutter. I got all this stuff, right? Now, and they try to tell me, I guess because, reputation, you always getting into fights, you always, naturally, they're going to say this is what it is, and you don't really get a fair shot. Mm-hmm. So I'm coming back to school. I got a box cutter in my bag. I did not bring that box cutter to fight nobody or nothing. Like, I know there's metal detectors, and I took it off, and I just put it through the metal detector. Now they all jumping on me, and it's like, oh, now it's a whole thing. Now I got to go to jail. They brought me to jail from school. Brought me to the fucking bookends, bro. I was like, yo, I swear I just came from work. I just didn't remember it was in
My
there.
wife worked for Walmart to get that yellow box cutter.
Yeah, that stupid ass yellow box cutter, right?
It's not even protruded. You got to I know what you're talking about.
So now they're, you brought a box cutter. They ask me mad questions about, because shit happen. People get stabbed sometimes and shit. Now they ask me about previous shit and da-da-da-da and who I'm beefing with. And I'm like, listen, man, I just came here. I was working. And I left it. I'm like, think about it. Why would your argument skills ain't great as a kid. I was sitting there like R. Kelly.
They're probably like, yeah, makes sense, kid.
I was sitting there like R. Kelly. He was like, think about this. Think about nobody hog time nobody. Right, that's why I'm sitting there like, yo, why would I? But it's true. I'm like, why would I put it through the fucking metal detector?
Isn't that shit the worst though? When you get accused of something, you're like, no, it's not what it is.
Like, yo, I swear to God, I'm trying to tell y'all, think of a fuck.
Okay.
Right? Crazy thing, real side note. So I recently had a lien on my name, right? A lien on my name is like, because I bought a house recently. And you got to have no liens on your name and all that shit. in order to- Tell me why that same ticket from when I was arrested, right?
Came up?
That same one came up.
Damn.
Because I never paid it. $160. I had to go pay that shit on Monday. No, when I paid that Friday. or
I'd
some
be
shit.
like, I'm not even the same person.
I'm like, yo, 2014, bro. I can't even buy a crib. I'm
not even the
yo,
That's crazy.
So I had to go pay that shit, right? But anyway, so boom, they bring me to jail, boom, whatever, and then I'm there all day or whatever. Go see the judge. Judge is like, oh, stay out of trouble, whatever, stay out of trouble. I'm like, okay. But now they suspended me. They kicked me out for 2 months. Now I got to go to this bullshit school, right? I met my baby moms there, by the way. All right,
I didn't know you had a kid, man.
Right?
You got a kid?
Yeah.
Son?
Man.
You ain't know he had a kid yet?
No.
Talk about him
He
all
like
the time.
7 foot,
He
right?
He live around here.
He live in Philly?
Nah, he live in Trenton.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. Niggas like, yeah, I'm from Philly. What part? Trenton.
His
That's
son ain't-
New Jersey.
Yeah, that is Jersey.
His son
That is
ain't,
Jersey.
his son ain't from Philly.
Nah, he ain't from Philly. He from Jersey.
All right,
but-
yeah, I didn't know that. How old is
yeah.
your son?
My son is 12 now.
Okay,
I had
cool,
him
cool.
young. I had him when I was really young.
The real bad mind.
Real bad man.
All right,
But
that's good.
but yeah, so I ended up meeting her there, whatever. And so when I came back to school now, I'm missing a mad different credits. I was already behind because I was bullshitting anyway.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like super behind.
Yeah.
And it's like it was pointless. I'm not
Wait.
gonna be fucking 23 in high school. Fuck that shit.
Hold on, nigga.
So I left.
You didn't finish high school.
No, I didn't. I didn't. No,
We
but-
got to do better.
but look, but here's,
fucking stat.
but here's what happened though. So afterwards, now this is where MMA comes into play. All right, so my brother's like, bro. Like I said, my brother, he's the brains of the operation. You know, he's a scammer, right? But that nigga, he fucking.
Yo, Kurt, edit this shit out.
But yeah, this
nigga
thing.
be
I say
crooks,
he's a scammer, but I'm just joking.
I got you.
But he's he's really
How many
smart.
bitcoins he owned?
Wake up now and shit.
Nah, you know what's crazy? I tell you, my brother's job title. He's a how do you say? He's an engineer, but infrastructure engineer for like different companies and websites and stuff like that. All right, so he makes great money.
Don't say his name though.
I was
'cause
about to say, 'cause you
incriminated
dogging the shit out of
this
me.
motherfucker.
Nah. I
Don't say your brother's name.
I'm not gonna say. But he's
Scammer.
Yo, bro, what the fuck you saying on that podcast?
But how
I'm
he got
fired.
there? But how he got there is like it
Scheming.
showed like it showed me like you don't really need school.
No.
You know what I mean? Because
You need experience.
you need experience and
That's
you need
it.
so he lied his way. He studied, self-taught himself a lot of shit, lied his way through. Then he did like courses, went to school here for a little bit, went to school here for a little bit. And then as he'd lie on a resume, get the experience, get fired when they find him out. I got the experience, on to the next job. Right now I got the experience. And he'd keep doing that, climb to today. He make almost $250,000 a year. You know what I mean? So he doing his thing. And
I hope nobody that can hurt him
I was about to
watch
say.
this.
Nah, I don't. Yeah, nobody knows who he is, right?
Yeah.
But he's good. He's good. And for him, he always told me like, bro, you got to do something. You got to figure out what you want to do. And when I dropped out, he was like, real mad that I dropped out. He's like, yo, you got to do something, bro. What do you want? You got to go get a trade or something. So I went to TCI in the city to do like industrial electronics, right? And I was there. I was going every day. But Henzo Gracie was right down the street. That's how I ended up going to jiu-jitsu.
The blue mat?
The blue mats, the blue basement.
Yeah.
So
Who was there when you started going there?
John Donaher, when Gordon Ryan was mad skinny.
Yeah. He balled you up though?
Gordon Ryan? Hell no. Early on, nah. Me and Gordon used to go back and forth. Me and
Okay.
Gordon used to have wars in the gym. That's my
Okay.
dude though. But let me tell you when he started balling me up.
I was about to say.
Let me tell you when he started balling me up.
No.
Yeah, as soon as he juiced up, as soon as that nigga got on the juice, and he started outweighing me, he's very good, very technical, but that's when he started like I couldn't do nothing
That's
with
it.
him.
Strong as
Yeah,
shit.
once he got big, it was like, he was like me. He was like me.
I did see old stuff. Him like kind of skinny and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and
But John didn't hear Gordon, anybody else?
It was Gary Tonin. That's when Dave Branch was in there.
Dave Branch was
Sapo Natal. What's the dude, the capoeira dude that fought John Jones? Andre Guzman.
Okay.
All of them.
Yeah,
All of them.
that team was lit back in the day.
And
Daniel used to go there like
Daniel was
all
there.
week, right?
Daniel was my first jiu-jitsu instructor.
Yeah. He
Right?
told
That's
me,
how I
yeah.
met Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and Daniel was how I met y'all.
Yeah.
So like I ended up being there, and I was going to those classes. I didn't have money though, but I did a student loan in order to get to school, right? And you know they give you the refund at the end of the year and all that, and they give you like a couple $1,000. I just went to the gym and I was like, yo, how much can this get me? And I just threw all that shit, you know, irresponsible shit.
3 weeks.
You know,
Yeah, but yo,
gave me a couple months.
yeah, but there's the thing, like that decision you made
Changed
where
my
it
whole
got
life.
You. Look where it got you.
100%.
Yeah.
So if it paid off big time. So the money ran out eventually, and Pete came. And Pete was Jamaican, and Pete came to me. And he was like, "Yo, I know you don't have money. You know, I'm not even gonna." He's like, "How would you like to come in the morning, clean the mats before you go to class, and train for free?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I'd do that."
That's a loud ass system.
I was about to say that's like
Puerto Ricans.
blocks away. Definitely your people.
Man.
Oh, let me let
There
that
we go.
pass real quick. Yeah, we good.
So he let me clean the mats in the morning, and I was able to train for free. So I did that, and I was just there for like every day. I'd show up multiple times a day, straight jiu-jitsu. I just fell in love with it. And I knew at that point I was like, I'll box still. I'm gonna go box. I'm gonna get back to boxing. And by then, my coach Mike ended up passing away. Right, and when Mike passed away in boxing, I was like, all right, I'm gonna find a gym. I'm gonna just keep doing this for now. Keep doing this. And man,
How many boxing matches did you have? Because in boxing, you go to another gym and they count that shit like a smoker fight.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people got like 300. It's really like sparring sessions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're like little.
But they count them
stupid-
as fights.
So I had
Yeah.
probably, I was like 25.
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Not a lot. And
Hold up, yo, the timer.
It's good. We good. Just,
So-
you could tighten up this bottom screw right there.
so basically now, I'm doing MMA. I'm just training jiu-jitsu, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do one MMA fight. I saw Joe Stevenson versus BJ Penn, and I was like, yo, these niggas got no hands. That was in my head, right? At what I'm looking at as a boxer. Every boxer says that.
Yeah,
right?
every
All
boxer
right.
say
And I was like, yo, I could put hands on all these dudes, right? Not the case, right? but to you, but yeah, exactly. So I ended up meeting this dude named Jay, and Jay, everybody knew I wanted to fight. In that gym, I was very like personable and like, you know, so I'm like, yo, a big personality. I was very wide-eyed, and I knew exactly what I wanted, and I told everybody what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? I want to fight. You know, and then Jay was like, yo, I know I got a guy that I need you to meet. This is Sensei Nardu now. He's a black belt, you know, some of the sickest jiu-jitsu I've ever seen. You got to meet this dude, and he'll get you right. And that's when Sensei was training Philippe Nova at that time. He was training Dave Branch.
This is your sensei now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And he had a lot of those. He sent a lot of those dudes to the UFC early on. And he was training with Rodrigo Gracie, I think, at the time. And I was like, all right, met him. Just spoke to him for a little bit. And he's like, yeah, come to the gym. But the way it was like one of those things where, you know, everybody say they're going to pull up to the gym.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
go to the gym.
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's like, yeah, all right. Yeah,
Bro,
come
I
to
get
the
that
gym.
shit all the time.
Yeah, so the coaches they get numb to it. They're like, oh yeah, definitely come down.
He ain't
You know,
coming.
he's like, this thing ain't coming nowhere, right? But I found out his gym was like maybe like a couple miles from where I was at. It was near.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, that's
A
like
couple miles in New York though. That's like 3 days. Talking about it was just a couple miles. I figured I'd start my journey on Tuesday. Definitely get there every Friday.
Start the journey is crazy. Oh, man. Start the journey. It sounds
It's
crazy.
New York, man.
But so I'm like, you know what? I could jog it. I'm gonna jog over there. I ain't had no car or nothing. I'm a kid, so I'm like, I'm gonna jog over there. I start jogging. Halfway through, it starts to rain, right? And it starts pouring, and I'm just that fuck it. I'm in the rain, so I'm jogging. So it helped my case because when I got there, it looked extra dramatic and shit. And he's into that shit. He's like, oh man, he came here in the rain. I'm like, nigga, it caught me. Lucky that shit caught me when I was coming. I wouldn't have been here. Right? Yeah, and he's into that. You know what I mean? So he was like, oh wow. He's like, that showed like you were really
About it, yeah.
you
You
about
want
it.
this, yeah.
And I was like,
Where he from?
He from Brooklyn.
But
So
he got island? He got anything in it?
Probably African, I think.
Like,
I think his
look a
dad is
little
African.
different. He look like a little something in him.
Yeah, his dad is African, I think. But he grew up in Brooklyn though his whole life. You know, he's another one. He's just from the projects.
he's cool
but
as
just,
shit. He's
but
cool.
just
Oh,
like
from the- yeah?
but he changed his whole life and just you know, it's funny with Sensei. Sensei's hilarious because